Hello guys, it's FootyKing here and welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video guys, I would just like to thank everyone that's been on the streams the last few weekends. Obviously we started 2 weekends ago. We've been doing our reward streams, our FUT Champs reward streams, and Division Rivals of course. And then we've been streaming our 30 weekend league games on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And also the Monday obviously at the minute as well, because the weekend league was extended the previous weekend. I appreciate everyone that's tuned into those streams guys. Obviously we're only starting on the channel and doing a bit of streams now. I will have a video up next week letting you guys know kind of the plans for the channel in terms of when videos will be uploaded and when you can expect streams to be on. So yeah, that'll be next week guys. But yeah, just like to thank everyone for tuning in. You will get this video on the Thursday. I will be streaming tomorrow night playing the start of our FUT Champs. It'll be the 3rd weekend. So any newcomers that hasn't checked out the streams yet and they're watching this video, really appreciate guys if you could tune into the streams. We really have a good time in there. It's good chilled atmosphere and we just chill with our FUT Champs and you guys support, so it's really good. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. So in this video guys, I am going to be showing you and giving you 5 tips, so 5 things you guys can do to improve your FUT Champs this weekend league and hopefully get yourself to that higher rank. Right guys, so as you can see we are now into the squad screen of Ultimate Team here. So this is the first tip I'm going to give you guys, and it's going to be to build a meta side, kind of like a meta team to compete with in the weekend league. What I mean by that guys is to get players in your team that you know are going to work. Not necessarily, you don't have to be the best players in the game, you don't have to spend loads and loads of coins, you don't have to pay to win like some people do. All I'm saying is what you get. If you look at my team, I'm going for players that are meta. So I've got Martial down the middle up as a striker. You can go for people like Ndidi, Kovacic in midfield. You know, they're good defensive stats with Ndidi, good pace. You can get around the place. You're looking for meta, and see him in the back as well. You know, you've got Tamori, Aki, good fullbacks with pace, good defending physical. That's what you're looking like. Oh, that's what you're looking for, should I say, when you're looking for your defense. But as a team in general, look for the meta players, guys. You want to have, and that includes your subs as well. Look for players that work, agile. Obviously, previous FIFAs has been agile, pace. This FIFA, to be fair, it's kind of similar. It's agility, high pace. And obviously it works with positions, but obviously you don't want to go with the 30 pace centre backs and stuff like that. There, be smart about who you buy. For example, these 2 centre backs, Tamori is a few K. He's cheaper now. I bought him for 8, but he's probably like 2 or 3K now. Aki is about 10K. Aki's really good. I definitely recommend him, guys, if you're looking at a cheap Premier League centre back. But yeah, that's basically the first tip, guys. Building a meta team, finding obviously players that work for your team that are meta and that fit within your coin budget as well. And obviously FUTBin, if some of you guys don't know, I'm sure a lot of you guys do know, FUTBin's a great tool. It's a website where you can look up players. So say you have like a Spanish league side, like a La Liga Santander side, you can just search players around your budget and see, you know, who would most likely be the most meta within them and fit well within your team. So it's a great thing to use, that website FUTBin. And there's others of course too, FUTHead and, you know, FUTWiz and stuff as well. You can use those, but FUTBin I find is the best. But yeah, that's the first tip, guys. Build a meta side and give yourself the best chance to move forward in the weekend league. And tip number 2 then, guys, is going to be to use chemistry styles on your players. So as you can see with mine, I actually need to kind of practice kind of what I'm saying here, practice what I preach kind of. I haven't actually got a lot of chemistry styles on, but for examples, in the forward line here, I've got Martial and Hunter. So Hunter chem style will improve his pace and shooting. You know, that's a big, the chemistry styles make a big difference to your players. Most times when you put a chemistry style on, you do notice the difference. Yeah, what I'm saying, for example, here with Martial, when I've got the Hunter on him, that, you know, it's beneficial to put something on like that. And Hunters and Shadows and all those most commonly used chemistry styles, they're quite cheap this year. You know, they were 15, 20k last year for most of the year, and the minute they're only going for like 2, 3, 4, 5k or so. You know, and none of them are going for more than 5k. So stack your club up with them, guys, and, you know, put them on your players, because it makes a big difference. I mean, even here, fullback Semedo, I'm rocking him on a Sentinel, I think that is. Yep, and it improves his defense and physical. And I find that a really good one to use on fullbacks, because usually with your fullbacks, you'll usually get someone that's quick. So, you know, you usually get pacey fullbacks. So usually, what I would do is if they've, you know, around the mid-70s in defense and physical, stick a Sentinel on them. And as you can see now, as you can see with defend and physical, they're getting plus 10 attributes and plus 15 attributes in some of their stats there. And you can really notice that within the game. Chemistry style is such an effective thing that a lot of people you'd be surprised don't use. You know, they're overlooked. So yeah, that's the second tip, guys. So build your meta team, use chemistry styles on your players, let's get into the third tip. Tip number 3 then, guys, is going to be use your super subs. Now, it might sound simple. It might sound something that you would think, well, Jack, we always do that. You know, it's common sense, use your super sub. You'd be surprised, guys, how many people don't actually use super subs within their games. You know, you're in the 60th, 60th, 70th minute of your FUT Champs game. Your players are getting tired. Always have super subs planned out that you know when to bring them on. So, for example, the way I work mine is around the 70th minute in my games, depending on how the game goes, of course, but generally, if the game's, you know, even around the 70th minute or so, I would usually bring Kovacic off, and I would bring on either Jedson Fernandez or Promes for him, depending on what I want. If I'm winning the game, I'd go Jedson Fernandez, slightly more defensive. Winning the game, or losing the game, sorry, and I need a goal, I would go with Promes. Then, for example, when Martial gets tired late in the game, bring Jesus on, but Jesus there for him. Similar with Bale. That's another thing, guys. Know your players. For example, I know Bale's only got 70 stamina. I know he'll be dead after about 60-70 minutes. So I know that whenever he gets tired, all I need to do is bring on Adama. I've got Adama on the bench for him. So yeah, always, that's the third tip, guys. Always have, you know, a number, 3, 4, 5 different super subs that you can bring on, and that, you know, you can kind of rely on for different situations. You know, whether you need to see a game out, whether you need to, you know, push on for that goal or 2 goals that you need to come back in the game or win a game later on. And the same obviously applies for extra time as well. That's especially even more when you need super subs, you know. So, yep, that's the third tip, guys, because you wouldn't believe how many people don't use super subs in this game, and they're really, really effective. You know, whenever your players get tired, they can't play anywhere near like they were at the start of the game. So you bringing on fresh legs, bringing on fresh players onto the team, in your squad, you know, for the last 20-30 minutes of the game, you know, it'll give you a much more chance of winning that game. Right, guys, so the fourth tip is more mental side of the FIFA. So it's more not really squad based or in the game based, but it's more within your kind of mental state when you're playing the game, because obviously as we all know, FUT Champs does stress a lot of people out. It can get very tense and stressful at times. So basically, the fourth tip I'm going to say to you guys is to spread your games out well throughout the weekend and take breaks regularly. The more detail about that then, guys, what I mean is, you have 30 FUT Champs games. Everyone plays 30 FUT Champs games the weekend. You have 30 games to play. Spread them out, if you can, 10 games each day. So 10 the Friday, 10 the Saturday, and 10 the Sunday. Obviously, it will change, you know, depending on gameplay. If the gameplay is better certain days, obviously maybe try and play more there. It obviously depends on your personal schedule and how many games you can play on certain days. Generally, guys, you know, if you've got the time to do so, the best thing to do is to play 10 games a day. So spread your games out, and also whenever you do lose a game, take like a 10-15 minute break. Even if it's only a 5-minute break, 5-10 minute break in between your games. Just calm down, go and get a drink or something, and just come away from the screen, really. And it helps a lot, because if you go into another game straight after a loss and you might be frustrated from the last loss, you'll just get frustrated, and then that can lead you playing bad in the next game, and it snowballs, and then you'll end up losing the next game. Then you go into another one, you lose it, and eventually, you know, your record just deteriorates after that. So you don't want that. You definitely don't want that. So you want to be playing at your best every game. So that's why breaks are definitely recommended after each game, or after each loss, should I say. And spread your games out throughout the weekend, guys. 10 a day is what I would recommend. Finally, guys, the fifth and final tip for today's video is going to be something that probably a lot of you guys don't know, actually. I would say, you know, a good few of you guys do not know this tip. And what it is to prioritize playing home games rather than away games. What I mean by that, guys, and you're probably wondering, well, what's the benefit of that, Jack? Why should I try and, you know, play home games? Why should I want to play home games rather than away games? And what it is, guys, is basically home games. Basically, when you're playing home, it's relying on your connection. So, you know, as long as you're obviously got a good connection in your house, if you've decent Wi-Fi, you don't have to be super fast, but as long as you're, you know, used to playing your own Wi-Fi, it's fast enough for you. That's the benefit of playing your home. If you go away as the away team, if you play as the away team, you know, you're relying on someone else's internet. You could get just completely shafted by someone having poor internet that they're used to playing on. They'll benefit, they'll win the game, and then you'll end up, you know, feeling like you'll feel hard done by because you've played on someone else's internet that you're not used to playing on, and also it's probably been, you know, it might have been awful internet and you could barely, you know, string 2 passes together on it. Right, so now that you guys know, you know, the benefits of playing home, now you're probably asking, well, Jack, how do we actually make sure that we are playing home? So that's what I'm going to show you now, guys. So basically, say we're going to go into a rival game now. We're not going to play it, obviously. We're just going to search as if we're searching for one. I'm going to show you guys how you know whether you're playing home or away, okay? So this is take this in, guys, because I'm sure probably a lot of you guys don't know this, and I only found this out a few weeks ago, actually. So this is a good tip, and it will help. So what you do, so just search as usual, and it's really dependent on how quick you find the search. So as you can see, it's taking a good bit of time here. It's not getting this in instantly. So in this game, I will be the home team, because what it's done there is it's set up a game session for me. So it's created a game session, and I'm in here now. So I'm already in the game session, alright? So for example, it is hard to explain, and if any of you guys do not understand, don't be afraid to leave down in the comments. I will respond to the comments as I always do. Leave it down in the comments and I'll explain it in more detail then. But what it is basically how quick you get into the game after clicking search. So if you click search and it gets it instantly, you're already joining someone else. They've already created a game session and you're joining them. Therefore you'll be the away team. Whereas if you search, go to search, as I'll do again here. If you go to search, and maybe it goes in, you know, it takes quite a while to search, maybe about 10-15 seconds till you're actually into this screen here. You're going to be the home team, because it's created a game session for you, and then other people are going to join your game session. Your opponent's going to join your game session, and therefore they'll be the away team. That's the fifth and final tip for today's video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. As I said at the start of the video, guys, I appreciate everyone tuning into the streams recently as well, and obviously anyone watching this video that hasn't already been in the streams. It's really good chilled atmosphere over there in the streams. We do it on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. At the time of getting this video, it will be Thursday. We'll not have a stream tonight, but we will have a stream tomorrow night, Saturday and Sunday for the weekend league. We'll play all our 30 games live on stream. Load of you guys tune in and chill with me, so it's really appreciated, of course. And you guys give me the support whenever I'm playing my games, which helps me not to rage as much. You know, when I can see the goal, I can just distract myself with the chat, which is brilliant. So yeah, I appreciate you guys as always. Smash like on the video, of course, as well, if you obviously enjoy the video, and of course if you're using any of these tips in your upcoming weekend league. Subscribe if you're new as well, guys, and join the Footy King army. We're on the road to 1k before Christmas. And I think that's it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.